Hello, I'm Dr. Harper. This video is over the syllabus for Operations Management, BANA 3000, Section 001, for the fall 2021 semester. So let's bring up the syllabus. Now, first of all, the syllabus, the very first page, has a schedule outline. And also the course is active from Monday, August 23rd to Saturday, December 18th. Everything has to be done between those two dates. Nothing is accepted after December 18th. Okay, and so we have a schedule outline here. And you notice that every topic, there's 2 weeks. First I have definitions. The first week is processes. The second week is crossover charts. And then for that topic, number 1, there's a homework assignment. And then topic 2 is forecasting. There's a homework assignment. And so as it turns out, so I have 6 topics. But there's going to be 2 weeks on each topic. Now, the class sessions are Monday and Wednesday, 3:30 to 4:45. But in addition to the class sessions, I'm also going to have videos on the material. Now, the videos are not a recording of the class lectures. They are a recording of the material. But then the class lectures are just a discussion with people who are in the class. Now, the homework here will be you download the homework questions from Canvas, you answer the questions, and then you upload them through Canvas. And all the links for the Word file of the lectures, the text, and also the homework, and even the videos will be on Canvas. So let's bring up Canvas. So here's the home page on Canvas, the welcome video and the syllabus. And notice blue means it's live, black means it's not live. I haven't uploaded it yet. And here's the text. This is a PDF downloadable text. And here are resources that UCD wanted me to put in, and there they are, to help students get going. And so here are the 6 topics with the exam and project module, and then finally the office hours down here, which are Zoom office hours. So if you go into the definition module here, each time you'll have a Word definition file. Sometimes you'll have Excel files for, well, this Word is the topic. You'll have a Word file for the lecture, and sometimes you'll have an Excel file for the lecture. But you'll always have a video file for the lecture. Now there's homework. You can download the homework, and the homework questions, you download the Word file. You have all the questions and the answers, and you figure out what the answers are. And here's the text. And then once you have the answers, then down here, you submit the answers, you click it, and then you submit just the answers. But when you open this up, you only have 60 minutes to submit your answers. In other words, get all your answers through the week or through the 2 weeks before you open this to submit. Because when you open this up, you just have 60 minutes to submit all of your answers. And the answers are just multiple choice. Just A, B, C, D, whatever they are. Now, as far as communication is concerned, the Q&A links, question and answer, the question and answer Q&A links, this is for discussion. You click this Q&A link, and it goes to a discussion board. And so post your questions and answers and share things. You can share files here so I want the class to work together. Anything about the material, I'll go through this Q&A link. I will not go through email with material. I'll only go through the Q&A link. And that's important because a lot of people have had a lot of trouble with going through email, which I'll talk about communications in just a second. Okay, so well, each one of these modules will have that type of design. Okay, and that's the homework, and so you have the forecasting, aggregate planning, and we have 6 topics. And so notice there's 2 weeks on each one. And so I spread this out quite a bit over 2 weeks, 4 lectures, and there's going to be 1 video for those 2 weeks. So you can go back to the video multiple times. Like the forecasting, I think, is over an hour video, but there's going to be 4 lectures. Now for the exam, I'll have a review session here, and this review session will be a review session for the exam, also a review for the individual project reports, and the exam will be in class on Wednesday. But if you do not take the exam on Wednesday, then beginning Thursday, through Saturday, December 18th, you can take the exam online. It's not the same exam, but it's an equivalent exam for those who can't make it during the on-class period. Okay, and the grades, right here, the grades are based solely on percentage of grade measure performance. And what I mean by grade measure performance is however many points you earn out of the possible points, that's a percentage, and that percentage over here is exactly what the ABCDF is about. If you get 90% of the questions right or more, you get an A. If you get it 80 to 89%, it's a B. And that's what I mean solely on grades measure performance. Grades are not negotiated. We don't go back and forth. It's just how well you do on these measures. There's 6 homework assignments. There'll be 12 points each. An exam is 18 points, and the project is 10 points. So depending on how well you do on those 100 points, then that's going to be your grade. And notice this is based on 100 points, and notice each homework assignment is a letter grade. Do not fail to submit a homework assignment. If you do, that's a 0, and that's 1 letter grade. The exam is almost 2 letter grades, and the project is 1 letter grade. 1 letter grade meaning from A to B or B to C. Okay, so make sure you're aware of the grading scheme, and that's going to be dependent, your grade will be dependent on it. And make sure you get these homeworks in on time. You have plenty of time to cover the homework. And most people will have it done well before it's due. I will not open the homework to submit until Wednesday of the week. Wednesday, like this would be September 8th, is a Wednesday. September 6th is a Monday. September 8th is a Wednesday. That's when I open to submit the homework. So you have the homeworks already done, so you just submit them. Okay. Here's a brief summary. Each homework assignment is over 1 course topic, 12 questions, 1 point per question. Homework assignment is due online through Canvas. No late homework accepted. If you don't turn it in, it's a 0. Exam is over 6 course topics, 18 multiple choice questions, 1 point per question, and you have 60 minutes to take the exam, whether in class or online. You have 60 minutes. Individual project report is due online through Canvas by the end of the course. No late projects are accepted. As a matter of fact, of homework, exam, project, nothing is considered after the end of the course, and that's a strict rule. Communication. I will conduct in-person office hours on Monday and Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. Business School office number 4205. That's my office number. I will be available synchronously through Zoom on Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m. in the link provided in Canvas. Now, I will only wait 15 minutes for people to join. After 15 minutes, if nobody's there, then I just stop. So it's an office hour or office hours. In other words, what that means is that I will wait for more than an hour, but I won't wait an hour for nobody. Okay, I mean, if no one shows up, I won't wait an hour. Okay, that's synchronous. Asynchronous communication then will be between students through Q&A, which is the question and answers link in Canvas. And even though it's primarily between students, I will look every week. I will look at it to see if everyone is saying anything correctly. If there's anything I can add, I will add that in the Q&A sessions. Okay, policies and procedures. First of all, this is the course description from the catalog. Material required is the textbook, and notice the textbook. Let's bring Canvas back. The textbook is a PDF file, and you have it downloadable. Now, some people actually purchase a textbook, and if you want to, there's the ISBN number. No problem with that. It's a pretty standard textbook, or you can just have it online. Required is Canvas, because Canvas will contain links to the videos, links to Word files, Excel files, the homework files, lecture files. Also, it has the homework questions and answers, exam study guide, individual project report instructions. The Canvas will contain links to the Q&A, communications, etc. Okay. Now, Canvas will contain the homework grades, exam grades, and individual grades. However, course grades will be posted only through the registrar and not through Canvas. So you have the grades throughout the course, but the final course grade, the ABCDF, is sent just to the registrar. Okay, the synchronous requirements and asynchronous resources. First of all, the synchronous requirements for each homework assignment: submit completed assignment by the due date and time. Use available resources as needed, which may vary with each student. And what I mean by that is some students read the text, then do the video, then come to class. Some people come to class, then watch the video, then read the text. Some people just come look at the video. Some people come to all different combinations. You have multiple resources to take advantage of. But it's up to the student to manage that with their learning styles, because each student learns differently. One of the most important things you can learn at a university is how to learn. So learn how to use these resources. 1, for example, read the text over the material for each topic from the PDF of the text on campus. 2, download the homework questions in a Word file, and sometimes they're Excel files, on campus. Download them. You have them. 3, download the lecture notes in a Word file on campus. Okay, watch the videos. Now for this course, attend in-class lectures and watch lecture videos. They're both available. You can do both if you want. Use the lecture material while following lecture notes, text material, and homework questions. So do it all together. But however you want to do it, you decide what's best for you. Maybe people have study groups. That's fine too. Okay. For communication, use the Q&A answer discussion in Canvas for each topic. I highly recommend that and emphasize the Q&A, question and answer. You post things on the Q&A. Submit the homework answers through Canvas, due date and time, no late work, no late homework accepted, so be careful. Okay, so there's the synchronous requirements right there. Now for the exam. Use available resources as needed, which may vary with each student. 1, in preparation for the exam, use the exam study guide, Word file, and video. There'll be 2 of them. The Word file and video, actually, and the lecture in class. I'll do it in class. Exam is multiple choice, timed, open book, open notes, but no collaboration is allowed. You have to do it yourself. But for this course, take the exam either in class during the scheduled date and time, or take the exam online after the in-class exam and before the end of the course, which is a week and a half. Exam can only be taken once. No exams accepted after the end of the course. Okay, so be very careful that you are aware of the policies. For individual project reports, again, utilize resources and submit work by due date and time through Canvas. For the individual project report, use the individual project report instructions, Word file, and video in preparation to write your report. For the individual project report, perform research. For the individual project report, compose individual project report, and submit the individual project report only once through Canvas before the due date and time. No late individual project reports accepted. In other words, the individual project report, this project is just an opportunity to do research beyond the course, which I'll describe later. Most important, no work is considered after the end of the course. Okay, general policies. So this is fairly general, and I've pretty much touched on this before, but I'll go over it again briefly. This course contains online material, reading material, homework assignments, exam, or project. Course grade is based solely on the grade measure performance. Rounding conventions, you round up, like 1.4. If 1.5 is rounded to 2, 1.4 is rounded to 1. Specifically, a number x with a value between 1.5 and 2.5 is rounded to 2 if you're running to the units digit. This is true for homework, exams, even your grade. Material in the prerequisite courses, and that's accounting and statistics, is required before taking this course. Prerequisite material will not be covered in this course, since students are expected to know the prerequisite material before coming into this course. Expected to know. So some students say, well, I had it, but I don't remember it. Well, that's not prerequisite means to me. Prerequisite means you will know this material coming into this course. And so I'm not going to go back and teach it. That's not part of the course. However, if you don't remember things, that's possible. Everyone can't remember everything. I understand that. It's not part of the course, but I will help you with it during office hours, outside the course. So it's not part of the course, but I'll help you with it. You don't remember regression. Oh, I'll help you with that. But it's not part of the course. So it will not be part of a lecture, but it will be in office hours. Okay, grades on assignments and exam will be posted on Canvas during the course. However, the final course grade will not be posted on Canvas but to the registrar. Nothing is accepted or considered after the end of the course. There it is again. Communication, I've already mentioned this. Communication is to the Q&A link. I highly recommend that. That's the primary mode of communication. Since email has been unreliable in the past, for example, I never receive the email, or it's embedded and sometimes it goes to junk mail. Sometimes I don't see it because it's with other email. Use email only when necessary. Do not use email as a primary form of communication unless it's necessary. And if it's necessary, you email me for one reason or the other. It's not here. Email me again. Get on Q&A or say, hey, I emailed you. It's important. Once I know it's there, I'll go to it. I don't ignore it. But sometimes you just don't get it. Okay. All communication about the material should be through Q&A. Should email is considered necessary, use that email address and make sure you say BANA 3000 so I know what course you're in. Collaboration is the responsibility of each student. Lack of collaboration does not eliminate a student's responsibility to submit assignments when due. And if a tutor is used, a lot of people use tutors, at least in the past they have, which is the responsibility of the student. Be careful to use the tutor appropriately, and I want to emphasize this. Tutors have been very valuable in the past. Tutors have been very detrimental in the past. And my experience is that tutors have been more detrimental than helpful. They can be helpful. I'm not saying they're not. But my experience is that tutors usually cause more problems than help, because the way you use a tutor appropriately is they help you understand the material. A lot of students don't go to a tutor for that purpose. They say, do this work for me. And then they don't understand the material. They don't do well on the exam. They don't do well on the homework because they don't understand it. That tutor is not taking the course. If the tutor looks at all the material, then they know is what you do. But if you ask them, say, answer this question, they answer it from their perspective and not necessarily from the perspective of operations management. So be very careful. Okay. The homework. For each homework assignment, questions will be posted on Canvas in a Word file. Download the questions. Utilize the learning resources to learn the material and obtain answers to the questions. Finally, submit answers through Canvas. Now, this paragraph is important. Make sure you read this carefully. Carefully follow this procedure to submit homework answers through Canvas. And what this says simply says, when you open up the link to submit, you have 60 minutes. And there's not going to be any questions or answers in there. It's just A, B, C, D, F. It's a multiple choice submission. A, B, C, D, F. Well, the question one, once you download the questions, you know the answer to question one, let's say, is C. Well, when you open up the submission, it'll say A, B, C, D, F, click C. Question 2, click E. Question 3, click B. So then you have 60 minutes to submit that. If you take more than 60 minutes, it closes, and that's your grade. So be very, very careful. Don't open that until you're ready to submit. Moreover, the due date and time are strictly enforced by Canvas. In other words, 11:59 p.m. on Sunday night, they are due. If you start 11:58, 1 minute before, and all of a sudden it closes out, you go, wait a minute, I'm not done. Well, it has been submitted. So it will be submitted whether you submit it, whether the 60 Minutes submits it, or the due date and time submitted, it's submitted. So in those 3 ways it can be submitted. So be very careful that you get it done before the 60 minutes and before the due date and time. And that's what this paragraph says. Exam. An examination will be given during the course. The exam will be multiple choice, timed, open book, open notes, and designed for evaluation. What I mean by designed for evaluation, I want people try to ask things that people know, not people what they don't know. The homework is designed for learning, and so sometimes it's challenging to work through things to learn. But the design for evaluation is you should know it. I'm trying to ask you questions you already know the answers to. No collaboration. For the exam, no material other than the course material is allowed. No communication devices such as cell phones or laptops or for external communication are allowed. No help from another person, physically, remotely, or virtually, is allowed. Each student is required to take their own exam from their own knowledge and material learned from this course. Each student must take their own exam. No collaboration is allowed. Collaboration is cheating and represents academic dishonesty. If academic dishonesty occurs on the exam, the student will receive a 0 for the exam, and any incident of academic dishonesty may be reported to the Internal Affairs Committee of the Business School at UCD for further action. No exam taken will result in a 0 for the exam, and no exam will be considered after the end of the course. Individual project reports. The individual project reports, each student is required to submit originally composed individual report. No work is accepted after the end of the course. Each student must perform their own work, and the individual reports will be 3 pages or more and submitted as a PDF through Canvas. Detailed instructions will be given during the course. And those instructions will tell you exactly how to do it and give you suggestions. The originally composed individual project report must be 3 pages or more and must demonstrate the student's knowledge and ability to effectively communicate the knowledge appropriate for a business environment. This is a business course. It's in a university, but it's a business course, and this should be for a business environment, and so be very careful you submit it that way. Each individual, so what that means is, instead of being too technical, present what you've learned. Here's what I've learned. And you don't teach, that's academic. You present what you've learned from your research. Each individual project report must be unique, and all that means is each person does their own. You don't copy from someone doesn't copy from you, you don't do it together, you don't submit something together. Each report must be done, it must be unique, and each one does it themselves. The length of the reports must be 3 pages and following the guidelines of succinct but adequate, my favorite phrase. Succinct, say just what you need to say, but don't say any more. But adequate, say enough to say what you need to say. The text, graphs, charts must be contained within those 3 pages. Material that exceeds the 3 pages will not be considered and may result in a reduction of points. In other words, you can have more than 3 pages, but it will not necessarily be considered unless it's just 4 pages. It went over a little bit. That's fine. But I don't want you to submit 12 pages or 10 pages because that's not reasonable for this type of assignment. Submit the originally composed individual project report through Canvas as a PDF file, not a Word file, a PDF file, on or before the due date and time. No late reports accepted. Each report may only be submitted once, may only be submitted as a complete report, and must be submitted by the due date and time. A report not submitted has a grade of 0. Each student is required to submit original material for their individual report. Although collaboration is encouraged to conduct their research, Collaboration does not include copying from another student, allowing a student to copy from you on individual work that is submitted. In other words, you can help each other, but you compose, produce, and write and submit your own work. Okay. General policies. First of all, nothing again and again. Nothing is considered after the end of the course. Submission and grades. Submit homework assignments, individual project reports through Canvas on or before the due date and time. An assignment not received when due has a grade of 0. Submit assignments either through Canvas or, if necessary, by email with an on-time date and timestamp. Okay, this is the only place I say that, and I will accept it. And all this means is that submit everything through Canvas. Now, I'm fully aware that sometimes Canvas goes down and sometimes they go on maintenance or something, or you can't open it, and it's a third party. Canvas is operated by a third party. And sometimes it goes through university. The universities, CU Online, sometimes have trouble. So if you can email me, and it's on time, it's on time, date and stamp. It's stamped, and it's on time. Then I'll accept it. If it's after, I won't accept it. So if you have trouble, make sure you get it to me one way or the other. Okay, but it has to be on time, because no late assignments are accepted. Okay, grades. Grades on homework assignments, individual project reports, and exam will be posted online during the course through Canvas. Grades are based solely on your performance. I've already said this, and no corrections to the grade will be considered after the end of the course. Academic dishonesty, I've already mentioned this. Conduct. Strict adherence to the code of conduct as stated in the catalog of UCD is expected by everyone at all times. This link will take you to the code of conduct. The code of conduct is for students and faculty and staff and visitors, anyone on campus. And so you can't come on and start demanding things if it violates the rights of others. You can't come and start doing things that violates the code of conduct that the university has established. So you have to adhere to those standards. Okay, university information, procedures, policies that govern the university environment can be found through the human resource link right here. Now, in this human resource link, there's a lot of things that I've been told for everyone needs to know. This link will talk about FERPA, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. Everyone can't know your grade. Just because a relative or a spouse or a parent or someone says, am I my boss? I want to see what their grades are. No, I'm not going to give them to you. I'm not even going to give them to you unless I know it's you. Okay, so there's a lot of rights, privacy acts, and these are university policies, the human resource policies, but also they're state and federal policies, and by law, to follow by the university personnel. Okay, and here's the FERPA here. Okay, any current or potential indications of violence, of verbal or physical disruption or intimidation can be reported to the campus assessment, response, and evaluation, the CARE team. Now, this CARE team is important because this will, you see something. What do? You report it. Well, this is where you report it. Now, this could be anything. It could be something major, something minor. Maybe it's nothing, and you just want to be careful. You just have a feeling something's wrong. It could be actually something happening, or it could be something that you suspect could happen. Anyway, here's a good place to report things. And they will help you, and they will help whoever you report, or even a situation. Okay, any incident of violent or disruptive behavior can be reported to the Internal Affairs Committee of the Business School at UCD. Conduct also includes etiquette that is respectful to all people, facilities, and the institution. And that is either behavior or verbal behavior or overt behavior, respect. And primarily this is just respect for education, respect for other people. Our commitment expectation. Faculty policies state that courses in the business school should require of their students a workload that enhances quality education and is consistent with the amount of academic credit for a course. This course requires work submitted on a regular basis. And this is just to inform you that there is work to be done in this course, in the classroom and outside the classroom, and that's faculty policies, and that's policies of higher education and universities. In other words, some people, a lot of people don't have a problem with this, but every once in a while someone says, oh, I didn't know I had to do any work at home. I didn't know I had homework to do. Yes, you do. There's going to be work done on a regular basis in class and outside of class. Policies on ads, drops, incomplete grades. Generally, I do not approve ads. Rare cases I may, but usually I don't. And I don't just approve them just because you ask them. I do not approve drops after the end of the course. If you take the course, you take the grade. No incomplete grades are given, period. Last statement. Policies in this syllabus apply to every student. I want to emphasize that. Policies in this syllabus apply to every student. And essentially all that means is that some people can be more vocal than others. Some people can be more aggressive than others. Then I'm going to apply the syllabus equally to everyone the same. It doesn't matter how much they yell, they're going to get the same treatment as anyone else. Although I may consider special circumstances. Now, I'm aware special circumstances occur, and although I may consider special circumstances during the course, standards will never be compromised. You have to do the work, and all work must be done during the semester according to the syllabus. So, in other words, sometimes I'll do things to help people, but I will not violate the standards, and I will not violate all the work must be done during this time. No incomplete grades are given. Nothing is done after the course. But during the course, I'll help you if I can. If there's something I can do to help, if there's something I can do to help, I certainly will. Any action taken by me that may be considered to vary from these policies is not a cause to eliminate or alter any student's responsibility to adhere to all the requirements of the course or to prevent my action in enforcing the policies in the course to every student. What this sentence simply means is sometimes people need help, so I help them. They say, wait a minute. Well, that help should be to everybody. He says, no, I'm not violating any standards. So just because I help someone doesn't mean that doesn't qualify or justify another student not doing the work because they didn't have the same treatment. Because that treatment may be a special circumstance. Like I give it to them early. I might have to email them something. So you didn't email me. It says, no, you can get on Canvas and you have it. You downloaded it. Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah. So I'm not violating any standards. And that's all that means. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned in this syllabus is Excel. Well, I have mentioned Excel, but I want to say during this course, takeaways, first of all, is the material. Second, I hope takeaway is with learning, how to learn. And another takeaway is that there'll be Excel throughout the course. So this is the syllabus, and I encourage everyone to review the syllabus, respond to it, go back to it, and be aware of the policies and procedures, because this will apply to every student in this course. That's all I have for this video. I hope this helps. Between now and the next time I see you, take care.